Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do another very tropical set. As you can see today, I'm going to walk you through step by step how I did everything to achieve today's design. And we are going to start off with the gel polish that I'm using. We've got Glaze d'Amour, so that's going to be our sparkly. We've got some white, which is bold white. And then you also want yourself some nude, and my all-time favorite right now is Morning Glow. Like, I'm obsessed with this one, so I've been using it almost non-stop. And I am going to start with the base colours first, and almost every single one of them actually requires the nudie shade. It's just that the middle one is going to have an ombre going on, so I'm going to do that after applying the base to the rest of them. When it comes to the sparkly gel polish though, it is a colour that you can just switch out, so if you're not into pinks and you prefer a different sparkly one, or you don't have this obviously exact one in your collection, you can switch it up to a different colour. I have actually done a little bit of a remix of this set with a blue glittery gel polish and slightly switched up the set, so that will be up on the channel not too long after this one. I'm yet to film it though, so it might be another couple of weeks, but it's really nice, and they both look so amazing, and just the glittery gel polish just really brings it together. So I feel like if anything out of today's set, the glittery gel polish is an absolute must to have in the set, because it really does give that holiday kind of feel to it. And yeah, so once I apply 2 to 3 layers of everything until I'm happy with my kind of pigment and outcome and stuff, I'm going in with some pigments. So I have this pigment palette from Shein actually, and I'm just tapping away and trying to create that aura look. And I started off with that lighter pink first, but I needed it a little bit more deeper, so I went in with that colour next to it. And it's only on one of them that's going to be our ring finger, and it honestly makes such a difference to do this when doing one of those fruity nails, because it just kind of adds that extra depth to the design and it looks amazing. I've done one like a lemony one without adding any yellow in the centre, and it just did not have that same effect. So if you can, I'd advise you to try and do it, whether it's just gel polish or obviously a pigment. I've even used eyeshadow palettes in the past. They don't always work the best, but it's always better than nothing. Or obviously don't if you don't want to. It's not a requirement, but I do personal opinion, feel like they really do add that extra touch into a set and make it look so much more detailed, and just really brings it together. Now when it comes to the sparkly pink, we've got quite a lot of that going on. Pretty much 4 of those nails will have that pink going on. On the pinky nail, we're going to do a French tip, and also on the index nail as well. Whilst I do that, just a reminder, I do 2 coats. So I always do the one on camera, next one's going to happen off camera. To be fair, with this glittery gel polish, it's so pigmented that you probably could get away with just the one, but there were just some areas where I just felt like there was maybe more glitter in a certain area than others, and I just wanted it a little bit more spread out, so I went in with a second. But it's one of those like metallic-y feeling ones. Like, it's not one of those where you see the actual chunks of glitter in the gel polish. Just one, I don't know what kind of magic they done to this gel polish, but it's amazing. And they've got a couple of different colors. They've got a blue, I think, and a green, and other ones. It was one of the older collections now, so I don't know whether they still have that on the website, because I know they kind of come out with them and then they disappear, and then they come out with new ones that are quite often quite similar. So no idea if that one is still on the website, but yeah, just amazing. I love it, honestly obsessed. And I'm kind of shocked that I haven't really had a chance to use it before, or not much anyway, so I'm glad I'm able to make a set with it, like a full-on centered set around this gel polish. On the thumb, we're going to do a star, and I've been seeing them so many times now that I just felt like it had to be added to the set. So I kind of eyeballed by hand a star, which didn't come out perfect, but it's kind of in the beauty of that nail, to be honest, for it not to be perfect and a little bit more curved and stuff. So don't put too much pressure on yourself about making it too perfect. Then on that aura nail right at the top there, I did like a little thin line of that pink as well. Now once everything's cured and I've got 2 layers applied, we can do some white detailing. And on the French tip nails, we're going to go around the border where the smile line is and do dots all the way around with a dotting tool. And then same on the pinky as well. When it comes to the dotting tool, often they come in a pack, and I'm one of those people where it came in a pack, I kind of chucked a couple away and I just kind of left one for myself, obviously not one of the bigger ones, but it really does make a difference and it'll make your life so much easier if you do keep them all together and use the correct size when you need them. Sometimes I really try to make a really big dot or a really small dot with a dotting tool that is too big or too small, and it always just makes a problem and it just gives me more work than there is really required. So keep that close and don't lose it or ruin it like I always do. Learn from my mistakes. Now onto the fruity nail. Not much footage of that really. I'm doing like another outline where that pink was just another line below it essentially. Then we're going to do some lines from the center dots that I've already placed, which we're going to see now. So I think I killed in between. So now from that dot I'm going to do, imagine doing a star. So you're doing the 3 lines and then you're doing another set of 4 lines, in between the first set that you've created. I want to do that. You're actually curving the outer lines inwards, if that makes sense. I'm still haven't been able to catch it on camera, but in a moment I left a bit of footage now. So if you pause it right here, you can see how I've curved the outer lines and then coloured it in, and that is what makes it look more fruity. And if you wanted to at this stage, you could just leave it as is because it already looks quite fruity, or do what we're going to do later on to really bring that together. But we'll get to that in a moment. Now time for some charms and glitters and making it even more tropical. So I've got these gold kind of seashell star things, and I'm going to place them on both of the French tip nails, and both of them are the same size. I didn't decrease in size. I didn't actually have any other smaller ones. Maybe if I did I would have, but luckily the size wasn't too big or too small for either of them, so that's good. Now onto the star nail. It's going to have 3 AB crystals, and I just kind of placed them wherever I had the most space. And after placing the first, well, all 3, I noticed they're all basically the same size, and I felt like it was kind of a bit of an eyesore, to be honest. So I ended up taking one off, which I show, and replacing it with just a slightly smaller AB crystal. I just really didn't like that they were the same one, and 2, they just felt quite bulky on the thumb as well, and I just kind of wanted something a little bit more dainty. I know it's not much of a difference, but it felt like a bit of a difference when I was doing it. So that was my little step there. And then lastly, on the ombre nail, we're going to do 3 ABs at the top there on like a corner, and then 3 ABs at the bottom left hand side corner, and then in between those crystals we're going to do some caviar beads. These ones I've got today are from Shein, and unfortunately they are this like very dark gold matty kind of caviar beads, and when they first came I was quite adamant not to use them at all, but the more I have them, the more I'm actually playing around with them and pop them into sets. I'm not actually that mad at them, but if I was to in the future pick up some more, I definitely wouldn't get this one again. I would go ahead and get more of a shinier one, you know, like your typical nice glossy shiny ones, whereas this one just feels very dull, if that makes sense. I feel like right now you can't tell on camera because you have nothing to compare it to, but I do have other charms that I've purchased from Shein before that came with like a little box or something of these little caviar beads that were in the shade of gold, and they were much more shinier and nicer. So yeah, but here they are. I'm going to kind of try to sharpen up the lines a little bit and kind of position everything where I need it whilst it's all still wet, and then I'll pop that one into the lamp for a cure once I'm happy with the position. Now at this stage we're going to top coat, and I'm making sure to cap the edges. These are going to be nails that I'll be wearing, so these are for me. I'm kind of starting to collect like such a massive amount of nails for vacation that when it comes to my vacation I will not know which ones to actually take with me and where, because I'm not really one for tabs. I prefer to glue them on, so I will have to stick to one set for the whole time. So I'm gonna have a really, really tough decision to make in the near future if I continue at this rate. But I'm going to pop them all into the lamp for a cure, and now we're going to have one more step. Usually you'd obviously finish your set off at this stage because we've top coated, but we're going to do the extra details. So using some nail art gel here, I'm going to do some lines on the ombre nail, and that's 3 in total, and I'm trying to create like a thicker line on the, I guess, right hand side when you look at it normally, and then the thinner one at the left hand side. I'm going kind of like upwards up the nail, and then that one going into them for a cure. Then on the French tip nails, you often see those seashell kind of lines going on, so I'm doing basically a line from the tip of the nail coming towards that star that I created, and you just want to keep repeating that on each side. Very important step though, make sure you don't end up touching two of those lines together, because then it will just kind of smudge into one and it just doesn't look very good. You can either wipe it away if that happens and retry, obviously again, don't obviously pop into the lamp for a cure. Or there was a moment where I did something, I think, and I used just a dotting tool, something to kind of separate it in between, if that helps at all. Because I don't think this is exactly the product you should be using when it comes, like, it's a bit more liquidy, so it's a bit harder to use. So naturally you might end up finding yourself that it's gonna like touch, and you don't want that, so bear that in mind. But that's the pinky, and it really comes together so nicely with these lines. Like before it felt a little bit bare, for me anyways, and right now it's just really coming together and I'm obsessed. I love them, can't wait to wear them. Now we're going to do the fruity nail. So this is the bit, if you want you can skip, obviously it looks really cute and gorgeous as it is, or you can do those lines again. This time we're going from like the outer part inwards, with those lines, and you're trying to make the line a bit thick on the outer side and then thin as you go in. So yeah, I'm trying to kind of like dip my brush into the gel as much as I can, so I've got the most near the tip of my brush, and as I'm obviously dragging it into the center, trying to keep it thin, a bit more light-handed. There were some lines that I just felt like they kind of needed a bit more extra gel to like give that 3D look, so I did go back in and added some more of that in there, while still keeping an eye out. Remember, keep an eye out so it doesn't smudge into one another and like blend, especially if you work in like a warm room or something like that, like we do right now in the UK. And then last but not least, we're going to do some dots all around that star, and I actually had to cut the footage short because the sparkliness of that nail, I couldn't actually see where I'm doing the dots, so I had to really remove it from camera and like put it in my face to see. So I continued across that whole star, and essentially that's it. Here are the final results. I hope you guys liked it. It's so cute. Let me know what you guys think of it, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Bye guys.